Hi dudes! Today we are going to be talking about Neverness to Everness, which is a very strange way to name your game. I've never heard such a weird name before, but we are going to be watching this trailer. Now, bear in mind, I haven't watched this yet. Really, the only things that I've seen is a comparison to like a Genshin Impact slash GTA kind of crossover like game. Now, at the same time, I'm going in this trying to be, at least somewhat positive about it because I have my opinions on some things. I did a little bit of research on the side, and yeah, I have my own theories on some stuff. But it is made by Herta Studio, which basically to me sounds like it's South Park talking about boobs, Herta, that type of stuff. But anyways, this is the first time I'm going to watch this trailer. I've never watched this trailer. I've only seen like little snapshots. So I'm ready to check this out. So this is going to be a fresh react. Let's get it. So the game's going to PlayStation as well, and that's Herta Studio. Okay. Ooh, okay, that's our... I like the color scheme a little bit. Cat girl? Cat girls? Okay, so we get... Are we actually going to be able to actually surf on the buildings? The colors on this is actually really nice. Who's that she's shooting at? Is that one of the enemies or whatever? It's a little Oni child. Hello, mommy? Hello? We love mommies, but she's blonde. She kind of looks like Bronya if she had blonde hair. With a little bit of jade. Ooh, who is this? Okay, I dig her. So my thing is like, we're seeing all this being animated. Ooh. Wait, is that Michi? But, to me, like, I love these, like, announcement trailers, but it doesn't tell me what I want to know. Which we have another trailer after this, sort of. Is that Hatsune Miku? The animation's really nice, I will say that. That really does look like Hatsune Miku. Like,
meddle all you want. Count me out.
How about we work off some calories?
what is this? Okay. So now I'm guessing this is some of the gameplay right here. We actually get to see some gameplay. The burst colors are really nice, or whether you want to call it burst, ultimate, whatever. We get a guy. Okay, so the actual ultimate animations look really good if that's what they're going to look like. So this is kind of the overworld and everything, okay. I mean, the music's nice. Like overall, it just seems like it looks cool. At least this stuff does. Like, is this going to be how big the world is? God. It's more modern, which I dig. Okay. Is that the end of it? Oh. Cat yarn! We got cats! Wow, okay. So we're going to see more in September, which is pretty crazy to me because that's when TwitchCon's happening. So maybe some stuff at TwitchCon. I'll be there. So, but yeah, so just from this trailer alone, right? Looks good. Like, the animation style looks really, really nice. However, a majority of this was not gameplay. Then it did go into the gameplay, and the actual, like, look of it looked really, really nice. I will say that overall, I'm still a little skeptical, but we also have the gameplay trailer right here, which is 13 minutes, but I am going to speed it up a little bit, just because of the fact that I want to get you guys, you know, having to be here for a long time. So we're going to speed it up by 2, right? Go ahead, start. All right. Let's take a look at this. This is actual gameplay. Now, I can already tell you right now, it's obviously giving me heavy Genshin vibes just from that little switch, which I want people to understand this, right? When I say that something gives me heavy Genshin Impact vibes, that's not a bad thing. Genshin Impact is as popular as it is for a reason. It came out at such a time and made the gacha space a lot better when it comes to gameplay and thought design, stories, and all that other stuff. Like, Genshin was revolutionary. I know that people don't entirely want to give Genshin credit, but Genshin Impact revolutionized gacha games. There's a reason why Genshin, Honkai Star Rail, Wuthering Waves, Zenless Zone Zero are at the top. There's a couple that, you know, go in there. Like, obviously, Qingque is one of the top selling out there. I'm a big fan of Qingque. Dokkan Battle, Dragon Ball Legends, all these other different games. You know, even like, what was it? Love in Deep Space or whatever it is, the freaking Husbando one. There are a lot of games out there, but I truly feel that this day and age right now is the revolution of gacha games. Hell, we're even going to be getting a 7 Deadly Sins version of like a Genshin clone in the sense. But I don't think it's necessarily bad for a game to be like Genshin or have the same style of Genshin. So when I say it, it's not a bad thing. Again, very revolutionary. As we go through this, I do want to talk about some of my possible, well, at least one of my big issues with this game. So for those who don't know, Herta is actually the company that made Tower of Fantasy. And originally, they really marketed it as the Genshin killer. And it didn't even do that. Didn't even come close. And right now, in my opinion, when you look at stuff like Tower of Fantasy, you see a lot of missed potential. Now, there was also a lot of controversy in regards to, you know, Tower of Fantasy using a lot of Genshin's assets. A lot of Genshin's assets. There was a whole thing about it. And there was a plethora of issues, a lot of problems with it. So my fear is that Neverness to Everness is still so weird to me, becomes a laughingstock. And I don't want that to be the case. I think that competition is great. That's why I love Wuthering Waves. That's why I love Goddess of Victory Qingque. I think that Neverness to Everness has a chance of being really, really good, albeit, you know, the cringy name. So, as I'm looking through this, it's very standard of the, you know, kind of an action-adventure gacha game, right? Okay. So, I know that people laugh at me when I pause, right? And there's a reason why I wanted to pause at that. I think the seamless transition of the overworld is hype. Now, I was saying I had my worries, but I'm also going to be honest about what I think is hype. I think that interactive overworld is a very good thing. And if they could keep that without causing too much resource issues, right? I personally think that that is a really good thing. Because I'll be honest, outside of like, you know, water flowing or the wind blowing or rain falling, lightning and stuff, I think being able to change seamlessly like that is a really great design. So hopefully they keep that. The monster is a vending machine and a garbage can. Well, I can't say that I'm surprised with a garbage can. So it looks like the combat is actually pretty seamless. That was it. Wait, hold on. So I want to point this out. This was just a skill. Here it is right here. Now that lasted a good couple seconds, like 4 to 5 seconds just about. I'm sped up, so that's a really good skill time. Holy crap. What is this? Why is it so, like, seamlessly transitioning like this? This looks really good, actually. If they keep this like this, they're gonna shadow what they ever did in Tower of Fantasy. And it's got a little bit of horror feels to it. I really dig that. The combat, like I said, seems very seamless as well. I do really like that. Very standard for action adventure, in my personal opinion. We're going to go ahead and fast forward just a little bit. Oh, wait, what am I looking at here? There is no shot you could actually drive a car. There is no shot. This is what they meant by it being like a cross between Genshin and GTA. Now, I didn't touch up on this before, right? Because I wanted to wait. And I think it goes well with the car thing right here, right? I love the fact that this is going to be based in the modern era. Now, I'm not saying that it's bad, or it's bad if it's not based in modern era. I just, with Genshin and Wuthering Waves, we already have kind of like a wilderness survival type of thing. And I know that with Project Mugen, we were looking at that and seeing that it was more modern style. I love the fact that this is modern as well. The fact that we're going to get cars. Do you know what craziness could lead with, like, actual in-game items? The different cars that you could pull, the decals and all that stuff. There is a lot of potential with that. If they actually uphold to this idea of using the cars in the modern society, there is no limit to the customization options that they could do. And before anybody says anything, right, I know that there's Honkai Star Rail, but Honkai Star Rail is not really modernized. It's more futuristic. So having something that's more modern, that, like, is easily relatable as a, well, not easily relatable, but you could kind of put yourself in, and it's a lot easier. Like, you could just lose yourself in the world because it feels more like the reality that you're seeing around you in the actual world. I think that's a great aesthetic to have in an action adventure game. That's just personally for me. So let me know in the comments down below what you think about that. But holy crap, you could actually drive a car. You got a speedometer, you got a whole ass, like, system of driving. What the deuce? Yes, I went Stewie for that. This is bonkers to me. Now, granted for me, and I know well, I'll just keep it running. Granted for me, I was never a big fan of the newer GTA games, but the fact that you could have this is already really cool. This person sucks at driving, by the way. Okay, see? This is exactly what I was talking about. You could customize your car. This is going to be huge if they actually keep this. Like, you have so many different customizable options. I literally was just talking about this. It's gonna cost you in-game currency, obviously, like probably money or something like that, but, or like Mora in this sense. But I think that's cool. Drive up the stairs, Weenie Hut General. What is this now? Oh, you could customize your... There ain't no shot you could customize your crib. There ain't no... Well, I mean, we already have that kind of with Serenity Pot and Genshin Impact. And again, I'm making a lot of comparisons to Genshin Impact. I'm just saying, there's a reason why. If you actually could customize your actual, like, suite and, like, your actual, like, abode, ain't no shot. There's a bar in there? Already better. Put me at the bar. Put me at the bar. Can I just say, with how dull and minuscule this shot looks, like, when it comes to the buildings and everything, could you imagine if they really touched this up and made it look freaking amazing? Could you imagine how beautiful this game could look? Like, it looks good right now, but it could look so much better. Why is there an invisible person? Why is there an invisible person? I'm not a fan of it. Yeah, so I'm guessing that this is your house. Or your penthouse in this case. Do you get a pool? You get an wait. Was that an outside bathtub? An outside bathtub. That's how you know you're rich, right? You have an outside freaking bathtub. My word, man. Note to self, when you get if you ever get rich and you get a penthouse, have an outside bathroom. Swimming pool! already amazing. Okay, so definitely, I will say that the overall textures need to be updated to be a little bit more realistic and a lot nicer, in my opinion. But overall, this looks good. Okay. I can imagine being... Okay, that's cool. That was cool that you could just walk on the sides of buildings and everything like that. So for me, I already really dig this solely because of the fact that it just seems like it brings a lot of good things about the action adventure gacha verse and adds in like stuff from other games. A lot of people get upset when games use other like game stuff. Like everyone hated Genshin because it played like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Like people who weren't into gacha games did that. But I think that when you make a gacha game have this type of atmosphere to it and a lot of this cool stuff, it makes it more appealing to people. So this already is going to make a lot of people happy. What is this? Oh, is this a race event? What the heck is this? Again, more inner... What is this? Wow, okay. A lot to unpack from that. There's a lot going on in there, but I overall want to, like, say the game has a lot of potential. A lot of potential to continue to bridge that gap between the gacha-verse and anime lovers to the modern day game, right? A lot of people are excited for, like, GTA 6 to come out. This would be a good time, like, it's a good, like, bridge to get anime lovers and, you know, action adventure gachas and your GTA fans all in one click, and people will enjoy this game. Now, again, my main concern is this is from the company that made Tower Fantasy. And this isn't to say anything bad about the company. I heard good things about Tower Fantasy after its initial release, right? But the release was very, very bad compared to something like Wuthering Waves. Maybe not as dramatic, but a lot of the stuff that came from Tower Fantasy's release just made it feel, ugh, you know, it felt disgusting to touch, right? I do feel, again, like I said, this game has a lot of potential and a lot of things going right for it, right? A lot of things could come into play for this game that make it seem like it's going to be a smash hit. However, we have, you know, Azure Pamelia, we have Project Mugen, and then, of course, we just got, you know, Wuthering Waves and ZZZ, and then we have the two big hitters right now with Honkai Star Rail and Genshin Impact. I need to know if this game can withstand all of them when it releases. Now, we're far away from any of those three games that I mentioned. Azure Pamelia, I think that's what it's called. Azure Pamelia, Project Mugen, and of course, Neverness to Everness. We're far away from them being released. Probably at least like a year, maybe two, right? I'm excited. I'm excited to see what the future of gacha gaming has for all of us, right? And I'm just an old man on the internet that loves gambling, right? And booba. So if this game has great booba and great, you know, atmosphere and some really good rates for gambling, I'm sold. Obviously, don't gamble. Don't gamble and waste your money. But if you are going to, at least do it with something that you find fun. And if Neverness to Everness actually turns out to be as fun as it looks, I'm sold. So that's going to be it. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to entertain you. We'll be back again with another video very, very soon. And let me know if you want to hear more about Neverness to Everness. I might want to cover it. I don't know how you all feel about it. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. Love you all to death. And as always, we will catch you in that next video. Please take care and be safe.